What is up, everybody? I was looking at this chart and I'm like, I gotta just communicate this thought to people across the world, whoever may be listening, whoever wants ideas in global macro finance to take advantage of in the next 20 years. You know, we're seeing stocks only go up, right? They don't do that. If you've been around the markets long enough, stocks don't only go up. I would say we're getting toward an end of that era that started in 2008, 2009 at the end of the bear market there. And we've had 17, 18 years of stocks going up, but actually things revert. Asset classes revert to their means. What does that mean? It means from 1970 to like 1985, commodities actually outperform stocks. Then from 1985 uh, to 2000, stocks outperformed. Then 2000 to 2008, commodities, oil outperformed stocks. Then from 2008 to 2026 here, stocks outperform commodities again. I'm looking for the switch. And I see these charts and I'm like, okay, I got to do a deeper dive into the research. So some of the things I came up with, I gave you a thesis in the last video. I'll post the video at the end. Now I'm going to show you the proof. Since 2022, we'll talk about deglobalized world here. Since 2022, the global trade has intensified. The exports to GDP has fallen by 4%. That's a huge fall in exports versus GDP. What that means is that exports are becoming less and less. Why? Because the world is becoming less and less globalized or deglobalized. This is the fastest drop since World War II. U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods have gone from 25% to 60% under Trump 2.0. The freight rates of the Baltic Dry Index are up 180% in 12 months. That's just from my research. Every $1 in shipping is an extra $3 to $5 in final commodity cost. Let me say that again. Every $1 in shipping is a 3 to 5x in final commodity cost. What does that mean? Number go up. In an inflationary world, yeah, inflation's quote unquote down to 2%, 3%, but it's an inflationary world. Like the money supply is damaged, right? So inflation is going to keep on decreasing the value of the dollar, right? And if we're talking about CPI X shelter, we're at 3.2% year over year, with the Fed funds futures price only 75 basis points of cuts through 2026. That's what's expected. So the real yield is negative again by Q2 2026. Commodities are the only asset with built-in pricing power. What does that mean? It means oil, copper, gold. They can advance faster than inflation. Whereas stocks, if you see an inflationary environment, stocks cannot really outpace inflation. Yeah, stocks went up by 25% since 2020, but so did inflation. So your real purchasing power has not improved. Right? That's why you're feeling that pressure at the pump, and the mortgage, electric, goods and services, perishable goods, perishables are food. You're seeing all that the pressure despite your stocks going up since 2020. New technology is huge. Elon Musk, AI data centers need 3x the copper of traditional data centers. That's 1.2 million tons of copper demand, I actually looked this up, equal to Chile's entire 2024 output of copper. That's just from AI data centers, okay? So that's new tech, new energy, the nuclear renaissance, 25 gigawatts of new reactors approved by 2024, 2025. Uranium spot, I own uranium, URA, should go from what is it now? $52 to $110. That's 100% in 6 months. Supply, well, the suppliers of uranium, Kazakhstan's the biggest supplier, just cut their supply by 10%. What does a supply cut do to prices? Right? We know what it does. What does a supply increase do to purchasing power? It devalues it. What does a supply cut do to price? Enhances it, increases it. So there's a 300% upside in nuclear power, and that's from an analyst target that I researched. The portfolio math, let's backtest the data. From 1970 to 2024, the commodities index has beat the S&P 500 by 2.8x in years when real yields are zero or less than zero, real yields, and trade barriers are greater than 20%. We are in that exact regime right now. Target this index to go to 800 by 2027. It's 540 today. So that's roughly 70% gains. So if you like this analysis, I did some deep dives here. Smash the subscribe button. The next video will be the top 5 commodity trades to get you to the top 5 commodity trades to get your portfolio very green again. 1x, 2x, 3x in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So that's it. I hope this was under 6 minutes. If it wasn't, I apologize. You're looking at the best analyst on the internet in under 6 minutes, the macro ghost. Thank you very much.